Hello and welcome to This is Difficult Gaming Podcast. The show where we never complete an intro without being interrupted and the points don't matter. We talk about video games and other things, but mostly just video games. I'm here with Josh and Colin, my good friends, and we're gonna talk about some video games. Ooh, how you guys doing this week? Oh, dude, for real. Yes, Lord Yeshua. I'm adjusting you right now. Can't hear Josh? Why not? Oh, you know what? It's because Yeah. How about now? How's everything?
Shit,
Wait,
muted all of my.
No,
Well,
I just always forget to turn the desktop audio back on after the thing with the.
It's not recorded.
Yeah.
So,
God
so I understand
damn it!
this.
All the secrets that he just
You
shared with us.
Basically
Ah.
interrupted. No, we basically didn't interrupt you.
Oh my lord.
Oh, so
That's
you just turn
true.
us
That's
off,
true. It
is
just
what you're
seems like
saying?
I'm going crazy in the
Yeah.
intro.
It's very funny. Actually.
It does. Oh, so you Colin wasn't heard either. Okay.
Oh my
exactly.
lord.
So basically, he's just like.
That happened to me
I'm
when
getting
me and Colin
interrupted.
were streaming last week.
Oh
Remember we were
yeah.
playing Banjo-Kazooie,
I was-
and I was just like,
I was
oh
watching
my god,
that.
shut up, dude, I'm trying to, and I was just fucking, we were fucking around with each other, and everyone was like, who are you talking to? That
Yes.
was really weird.
That was
I
very
remember. I remember it
That's all
oh
my
so
friends.
clearly.
Hi, everybody.
Boys, what'd you play this week? Fun stuff? Any fun
Yeah,
gamies?
So much more Banjo-Kazooie. Oh
funny.
yeah.
It was Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
we got our
I
best
really-
time. We got a PR and Banjo-Kazooie co-op. We finally got our
Dude.
That was
video
fun.
getting
Yeah.
uploaded.
Oh yeah. It's
Oh my
uploading.
lord.
It's uploading right now, and we're gonna probably have the first co-op stream of it. I think that's viewable. So that's pretty cool.
That's so cool.
I think we
Dude,
can have a better video.
I
that's 30
really,
minutes shorter.
really think they should do that with literally every
every
old
trust
school
us.
video
We're
game.
the biggest advocate.
Yeah. It's cool.
We were like 10, 11 years ago in college. Like, man, wouldn't it be cool if we could play Banjo Kazooie co-op? Like,
Mhm.
this was like a dream come true for us.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
It's beautiful,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. We're getting. So the rumor is the big one we're getting is Majora's Mask and Super Mario 64, like a proper version of it from them, right, Colin?
What?
Yeah.
As far as
Yeah.
mods are concerned,
These same mods are gonna also make Super Mario 64 co-op, right?
Yes. So it's gonna
Yeah.
be.
you guys know.
Banjo-Tooie,
Let me.
Banjo-Tooie
Mario
as well.
64.
Can I pause you
But-
guys just for a moment?
Sure.
You guys know that the
Majora's
3DS version of Mario
Yeah.
64 has co-op, and
Oh,
like you
is
can
it-
play as Wario.
Okay. Let me
and-
stop you right
and-
there. Is it an online server where
You
100
probably-
people can from around the world can play Mario?
Wait,
A
it was
100 people playing Mario?
so.
It was. It
That's
was
crazy.
24 last time.
24.
So it's
24.
it's Mario BR.
That sounds
right?
dumb. I would throw up.
I would.
It's amazing.
I got the star. I lose.
Dude, that's gonna
No,
run
no,
like
so-
shit with
But no,
100
it's
people in
basically
there.
like so. Me and Colin were playing Banjo Kazooie, so like
Yeah.
several other people could also have joined theoretically. So it's like that, but with Mario, instead of just like the game being co-op, it's a server where you join someone else's file, kind of.
Okay,
Okay, though,
interesting.
hang on.
That's why it's a little. I get what you're saying. The 3DS version is cool. and
The
all,
3DS
but
version though is
it'll
it the full
be-
game though? Is it the full game or is
Yeah,
it?
it's the
is,
full game.
but
It looks
No,
like
it's
little mini
good.
games.
No. Super Mario 64 on 3D. Or, I mean on DS.
regular DS.
Did I say
and they added-
3DS?
they
Yeah,
added
I
30
meant DS.
Actually
Wait,
added
wait.
30 stars, and there was 150 stars. I
And
remember
you just
that,
play the
like
whole
some
game
additional-
together?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I've
It's
never
fucking
seen that.
dope.
Show me a video.
It's fucking
Don't
dope.
believe you.
I don't think there's any evidence. I'm just kidding.
I looked for this.
And you
there's
can
no
play
evidence.
you can play with different
me
like
see.
you can get Wario, Luigi, and Yoshi, I think, are playable.
Yeah, Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and
Toad, maybe?
I think it's just those four.
Maybe it is just those four.
Maybe Toad.
Okay, I've
so-
played Mario 64 DS.
Mario
I
64
played through the entire
DS
thing. I
co-op.
don't remember anything about. I think the multiplayer was just like little mini games. Like
no, I'm looking at
get
3
the star.
people. I don't know.
Pretty
Multiplayer
sure.
mode.
I okay. I mean, I want to see a video. 'cause,
Maybe
like, I
I'm
can-
wrong. I could be wrong.
I think it's just like little like I think it's
Okay,
like
it
little-
looks like they are it's like get the star and then they like run around the
Oh, so it is minigans.
Yeah.
But think about this.
Yeah,
What if they
kinda.
modded that version of the game?
That'd be cool.
And
Oh,
that
yeah,
way you
that's
could play
just-
with those
But you'd
characters
have
and
to
stuff
mod
and
it
have
so
the
that it
extra
works with
stars.
joysticks though, because that version has a stupid like press
Okay.
B to run.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't work very well in like 3D.
it
Like it
doesn't
works
work
in
very
2D
good.
where it's like run or just walk.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah,
Super
yeah.
Mario 64 just looks better than this version. Like, was
Well,
that
that's because
crazy?
it was. Yeah, I mean that's because it compressed down a lot.
Yeah, it's squished hard. But
Anywho,
anyway,
it's
I'm
cool
back.
though. It's pretty dope. I played more Trials of Mana. I love that game.
It looks
It's
really good.
so
Actually, I was
fun.
watching you play. I was like,
It's so much
"Damn, it
fun.
looks good."
The
I'm
furry
finally, yeah, the furry game. No, I'm finally
Nice.
starting to get to difficult battles though. That's the
Ordeal of mana.
yeah. The
Terrible joke.
yeah, I didn't get it.
It's like a trial thing.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
That's funny.
All right. Well done.
Because I told you it was funny.
That was good.
Okay, good. Anyway.
No, so like the first, good stretch of the game is pretty easy. I don't remember if there's difficulty settings at the beginning. There probably are. But it's pretty easy, and I'm just now getting to where it's starting to get challenging. Like the last two boss battles I had were actually pretty hard. I had to like continuously be reviving my teammates and stuff. But yeah, it's super fun. I'm really enjoying it.
Nice, that's awesome.
Definitely gonna finish that game on stream. So, and then I'm probably gonna keep playing it with New Game Plus and play different characters. So that'll be badass.
Yeah, it looked really fluid.
Oh, it's so fun. Anything else? Any other cool stuff? You've been playing a lot of Terraria.
Terraria.
Yes.
Terraria.
New update,
That is
Journey's
that's
Journey's
currently
over.
the featured game for the podcast. So
Oh, wow.
I think-
Do you enjoy it, Paul?
I haven't played it yet because I downloaded it 3 weeks ago and I've asked you to play a couple times and we haven't been able to work out a time.
Is that why?
That's okay. Let's
It's
talk about it.
fun.
Let's talk about it next week.
We
for
can talk
sure.
about it now. We haven't played it. Oh, I actually played this game.
I haven't played it yet, so I wanna try and play it. But I've been watching Colin's streams, and
Ah.
as much shit as I give that game, like it plays pretty much exactly like Starbound, which I love, and so I can
Yeah.
totally see the appeal for it. So yeah, I'll definitely check it out this week, and we'll talk about it in depth next week, and then we'll move on to another game. Let's switch things up a little bit this week.
Yeah, what do you got?
Instead
video
of
game
jumping
news.
right into news, we have a topic that Chamali provided for us. And
Okay.
here's what the topic is. Are remakes becoming a problem for the industry and limiting teams' abilities to create new things?
I don't know. That limits my first initial thought is if that something like that is going to limit the team's creativity, then that's just a bad team. Like if you're not able to have an imagination just because you're working on a remake doesn't mean you know what I mean? Like it's just proven with the Final Fantasy VII remake and how imaginative it is for
Yeah.
something new of an old game that was, you know what I mean?
So I mean
don't know.
that's one take on it. One of the things I was thinking about is it really depends on the studio, right? Some studios have enough resources to split their teams into working on multiple different projects. I believe Bungie is working on 3 different projects right now, right?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they've got something, I forget what it's called. There's a secret game in the works. They have one team.
Marathon? I think it's Marathon.
No. It's something, it's super colorful. God, what is it called? Hold on. I'll do a real quick search.
What if it was Marathon, though? That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
Somewhere in the heavens, they are waiting. That's like the line from Marathon. It's pretty cool. It's about aliens and stuff.
La 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 la. The one thing that I'm not excited about for this is it's sponsored by NetEase. Or
the things
not
you put in your
sponsored, but
nose?
they NetEase is a Chinese gaming company that
Eddie
Oh, Neti Pod.
um
What's the thing?
where is the
Sponsored by the
motherfucking
Florida company.
this isn't showing what I want it to show. Please show me what I'm looking for. Like it has a working title. and I'm trying to find that, and I'm falling very short of the mark here. Hang on. This is good content, especially
It's
when you guys
fantastic
don't
content.
fill it.
We're waiting for
I'm
you.
trying.
I
Waiting
thought
on
you were like gonna
Talk
say
amongst
something.
yourselves.
Ah,
Okay,
yes.
Marathon would be really
remakes.
cool to see a remake of. I love that game. It came
Never
out
played
for
it. I don't even know.
You can get it for free right now on your phone.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Go on.
for free. That's the end of it.
It's a free
Except there's no
game.
multiplayer though on it. What's kind of dumb.
Phone game, multiplayer.
Okay, you know what? Fuck this. It's taking too long to find. Anyway, so they have one team working on that game, untitled
Okay.
game. It's got a very colorful splash screen that they devised for it. They've got one team working on the next iteration of Destiny, and they've got another team working on
I like that.
the current Destiny. We do like that.
I like that.
So anyway, that's what's going on.
We're both way quieter apparently today. I know I'm kind of.
Damn it, really? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can
I
adjust
don't know if he
that.
means physically or if we're just like more quiet as people today.
They were just quiet in the background. Paul, this is my show.
My
bitch.
yeah, well,
My
here.
show.
if I turn down my audio a little bit,
We're not even on the
how does
cover
that
of the
sound?
magazine.
Are they too quiet?
Are we too quiet?
Am I just talking?
What about now? Is it better?
Okay, you guys are cute.
I want to play banjo right now.
I don't think I can individually turn up you guys' volume.
This weekend, 100%.
Whatever.
Okay.
Okay. Every week. I'm gonna put it on my schedule.
Yeah, I don't think I can. How does it
6
sound?
I'm down.
No.
Sounds
good?
amazing. Sounds great.
It wouldn't be a podcast if everything wasn't broken. For some
Oh yeah,
reason.
it's all gotta be broken. You know.
We need like a person that runs everything.
Tamale. I'm just kidding.
That would be dope. Anyhow,
Remotely
so
put in, basically.
back on the topic, I think that some teams, some developers can do that, right? They can split their focus onto, whatever
Yeah.
their next project is. Maybe doing a remake, maybe keeping upkeep with a current game that they have. Whereas other companies, smaller developers can't. And so if they're assigned a project that's like, hey, remake this game, that keeps them from working on whatever their next.
I guess that
vision
makes
is.
sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
I get you, but like that's probably is what makes money right now. Like remakes are just
Yeah, the amount of
Not
fan
all the
service they give people is just crazy. Like, I know, like to reinvent something for like you're literally selling a game to one person twice
Mhm.
and to a new person once. So
Yeah.
it's genius. Like, I will buy that Ocarina of Time remake or whatever, and I've now bought that game twice, like minimum.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you also get to show it to new people. So it's just like it's kind of smart. Really, I know it sounds like people.
Do you
are like,
think it's a
"Ugh, this game
shiesty tactic? Like
I don't know
instead
because
of
I actually really like some remakes. Like
Well,
loved Link's
we're
Awakening.
gonna get
What's a
into it
shitty
later,
remake?
but we
What's
all
a
know
shitty
that you
remake?
guys
What's a
are
shitty remake?
very,
actually? Yeah.
very into
I heard Crash
nostalgia.
had some issues.
So-
Oh, we're
Like,
very
looks pretty.
nostalgic. We'll-
Crash
like-
was good. It's just really hard. They like ramped up the
Well,
difficulty.
You know why
Well-
it's part of the reason why it's difficult is because they made him consistent in terms of his jumping and movement mechanics across all three games.
Yeah.
Where originally all
Oh.
three games had different like jump height,
Different
you know,
hitboxes,
friction,
things like that.
hitboxes. Yeah. So like
Mm.
it didn't really like and like your character is basically like their world around your character is an extension of your character. you know?
Right.
So like you brought like Banjo over to Mario, it wouldn't work.
Right.
Like, I've had ports where like you play like
Hmm.
Mario 64 or like Mario and like Mumbo's Mountain, and like the jumps just are a little too
Well, Hat in
far.
Time.
Yeah, but like that even still had like its own
That's
issues.
true.
It's
Yeah.
like it wasn't made for that character. So
Yeah, that does make sense.
that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's
Do
what
you
I
think
heard.
that like I don't know. I kind of see some remakes as like a cheap kind of cash in.
Well, sure. I mean,
But I'm usually pretty receptive to remakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I can't
same.
think of one just off the top of my head that I'm like, man, fuck them for remaking that game that I
Majora's
liked.
Mask.
that's
the only one I can think of that was actually a bad remake.
It
Was
wasn't
it? I heard it
good.
was really
Yeah.
good.
Oh, that actually the whole like thing about the extension of your character that was like totally from that video that talked about how bad it was.
Oh,
Like,
really?
The problem was they try to like fix this character like movement, but then fix the world to match it, and so like you can't like like for example, like you jump with a little Deku scrub, you can't jump far enough if you jump a certain way, and like it slows the gameplay down unnecessarily because
Oh,
they didn't
weird.
plan for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we don't
They
like
also
that.
nerf other things. They also made boss fights easier. Like it's just like weird stuff to make it more like so
Yeah.
casual players can get into it. I
Adam's
guess. I don't
right
know.
in the chat. Now that I think about it, I didn't know about Chrono Trigger, but Secret of Mana has a remake that's fucking awful.
Really?
Yeah, it's real bad. Like, people hate it. In fact, like, if you stream, this is actually how I found out about it, is because I streamed the original Secret of Mana, and I had people come into my
love that
chat,
game.
and they were like, thank God you're playing this version, because the other version fucking sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, there is. I mean, I think there's good and bad things about remaking. Yeah, as long as it's
Yeah,
with a
it's
good
hard.
studio, like Vicarious Visions, for instance. They're the ones who did the Crash remake. They're also, spoiler for our news once we get into it, they remade another game that we're gonna talk about here in a little bit. They're actually a really good studio. They helped out a lot on Destiny. Like, one of the best expansions for Destiny 2 is Vicarious Visions.
I've heard of Destiny.
Destiny.
Have you heard of that game?
Marathon.
It's good. It's good stuff. Do you guys want to get into the news now? There's
do
a
it.
few
We got some
things that
juicy shit.
we can get through quick, and then we got some juicier stuff,
We got some mad
So.
juice.
and maybe like a
That's
little
the
bit
reason
of a
I'm here.
debate.
That's the juice for me.
Yeah. All right.
Juice.
So here we go.
Oh, I cried
New
again.
Nintendo online games have been released for NES and for
What games?
SNES.
If it's not Donkey Kong, then they're fucking bullshitting with me.
well,
Is it
it's,
Donkey
it's
Kong?
Check right now.
definitely
I'm gonna
not
look right now.
Donkey Kong. I put the link in there. I'll put the link in chat.
Let's look
Uh,
oh wait, so you already know the games. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Ball sacks. What am I doing here?
Okay, let's see. I want some real good names here. My biggest gripe was they were trying to make these games like co-op to an extent, and there's like the best ones aren't even available. Like,
There we
They're
go.
not co-op though. They're just like you can basically
yeah, they're alternative.
pass the
Yeah.
controller. You know.
Yeah.
So the list of games that they put out were
Better than nothing.
Rygar for the NES, Wild
that?
Guns, which is actually badass. That's
a
a
good
cool game.
Wait,
That's for
Wild
the
Guns?
SNES.
Wait, what?
You've never
Never
played
seen
Wild
Soda
Guns?
Five.
It's
think I
super
have.
fun. It's a super
you
fun
think-
game.
Not Gunsmoke.
No, Gunsmoke is the one we played.
Panel de
was a
Pon,
fun
which is like a Japanese Tetris-esque
played this.
game, and then Operation Logic Bomb. So honestly, most of these
Most
suck.
crap. Yeah.
Rygar and Wild Guns, those are good picks. So I mean, nothing super special. It is cool that they keep adding. I think there's a total of like 80 games between SNES and
What
NES.
about the Super?
that you can
Anything
play-
crazy?
Huh?
What did the Super drop? You only said NES games.
No, I said one NES games and the rest are
I wasn't
super.
listening. Yeah. Oh, they all sounded so boring. I was like,
Well, Wild Guns is dope.
Wild Guns, but then I'm no Donkey Kong or anything like really meaty. We already got the meat.
Isn't Donkey Kong already on there?
No, there.
It's
I don't
not?
know why. I wonder if Rareware. Ah.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. That's gotta be
I
it.
killed Myself.
Don't do
No,
that.
I can't be. I thought they owned the rights to Donkey Kong.
But, they do, but it's one of those things where like all those
wow.
assets belong to Rare. So
Wow.
What?
Just kill me right now.
um,
That's so shitty. So we'll never get a Diddy Kong Racing remake.
Wait, we got one though, didn't we?
We got it for the DS. But wait, was that might have
there was
been
a
Before
Diddy
it
Kong
did.
Racing on
That might have
DS.
been before. It was. That might have.
Yeah, it had to be before
See if it was rare. Yeah, I think it might have been.
Microsoft
And
acquired
did
it.
Rare split.
Rare,
Yeah.
dude, Rare
It was 13,
joined
I
up with
think.
Microsoft a long fucking time ago. Because I think that's why,
Microsoft
like,
I was-
purchased them on 24th of September 2002.
yeah, see, that was a long fucking time ago.
2002. Wow, I'm an old man. So then when did the DS one come out? Can't quite find it.
90.
2007.
Weird.
And it's
well,
not. It is produced by Rare still. I'm so confused.
very interesting.
Developer Rare, publisher Nintendo. Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah,
Not
okay,
produced by Rare, so it's just a port basically with like some new bullshit.
right.
Okay, I had to know.
This one's kind of neat for like game developers out there, or even like if you're interested in getting into developing games, you can check this out. Unreal Engine royalties are going to be waived 100% up to $1 million in revenue, right? So
Okay.
you can completely create a game in Unreal and put it out, and unless you make $1 million in revenue, they're not going to collect any royalties on that.
So you can make like $800,000 and just pocket it and then kill the game.
I guess you could. It's pretty
Yeah.
fucked up, but yeah.
I mean, is it because they're offering it?
Yeah.
Businessman here. No, I would never do that. I'm too lazy. Colin, you should do that.
Speaking of which, they put out a demo of the Unreal Engine 5 running on a
It's just like real
PS5.
people.
It's fucking insane what it's capable
Let's
of.
show it.
I did just put a link in the chat, so you guys
yes.
can check that out if you want.
It's not like I didn't think it was like that impressive in terms of like visuals. Like we already have visuals like that. What's impressive is the fact that they can
The engine
have-
itself is what's impressive. Like,
right, like what it can do is apparently it can optimize things without you having to worry about that.
Oh
So,
man,
like,
that looks stupid.
you don't have to worry about like making like models. certain
well, the amount,
polygon,
right? The amount of detail that you can put in. I think they said there was
Yeah.
like something like 7 billion fucking triangles in like.
How does that
Right.
work?
One-
Like, are people designing this, or are they like just like creating
The
it?
engine must like self-optimize or something.
Yeah, they can't. Otherwise, it's impossible to like make this much detail. Like
Right.
the game
Yeah.
would take years for one person to do like
I
an
think
area.
the issue we're running into now is just it's just size of games would just be massive.
Yeah.
yeah,
Either
it's-
that,
they're getting too
like,
big.
that'll be the
Yeah.
issue. Well, no, I mean like I think honestly pretty soon we'll have such fast internet. It'll be like 50 gigs will be like, a few megabytes,
Yeah.
Wow, it's so wild.
Because like I just bought a hard drive recently for pretty cheap, and it's like it's
Nice.
becoming less and less. Anyway, my point is though, I think the issue now seems like will be just file size. Like
Right.
you wouldn't want to load in like a 1 or 2 gigabyte rock, into your asset folder.
Right.
So like
Yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna pan out exactly. I don't know. Like I'm not sure. It's impressive for sure. Like I'm not saying it's not impressive, but I wonder like what's gonna be the limitation here.
Yeah, I'm sure
Future
there will be
games.
limitations, but it's nice to see what the engine's capable of doing. Like
Plus,
these
on
are big
PS5,
leaps, and
right?
yeah, it's on PS5 is
Yeah.
what they were running it on. So
Yeah, I mean, it is really impressive. Like I was blown away, but also like it doesn't seem much better than like some things we already have. I guess maybe I didn't understand what was different about it, other than just like more detail work. They have to do shortcuts anymore. They
right,
used to have to do
A
like
lot of,
metrics,
like a lot of,
thing.
there's a lot that has to do with how light and sound reacts to the environment. Is what they focused on in the video.
I didn't have the
um,
headphones on. Did it make a difference? Was it pretty good?
I didn't watch it with headphones either,
Yeah.
but they talked about how like different 3D spaces will affect, things differently with both light and sound. And like
Pretty
they
cool.
talked about like
Very
the realism that they put into the engine, like as far as like ray tracing and everything is concerned with that. It's pretty fucking cool. But
It is really cool.
if you're not a developer, I can understand where it doesn't mean much to you. I mean, I can't like explain, because I'm not a developer, obviously. I can't explain it in the way they would. Other than just check it out for yourself if you're interested. It's pretty cool. And like if that's what video games are gonna look like and feel like in the future, I'm down. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I guess
pretty
so.
cool. Yeah, and
It
it will come down to how the.
PS5 can run that. I mean, like
Well, we don't know what a
computers-
PS5 can run.
yeah, but I'm just saying like computers will be able to pass that in no time. Like once the PS5 comes out, it'll be obsolete.
Yes
compared
and
to
no.
computers.
Here's the thing. Here's the
Interesting.
thing. Computers
Here comes the
are.
debate.
It's not a debate. Like the one thing that consoles have as an advantage against computers is optimization, right? Like
Okay.
you can design a game for one specific piece of hardware to run incredibly optimized on that hardware. Whereas if you release it on PC, you're dealing with, a bazillion different types of computer that are going to be attempting to run this. And so to optimize it perfectly for every single person's different processor and video card and, RAM and so on and so forth is a lot more difficult to do.
Well, that's why you
So-
have the whole like decide your resolution and.
Sure, yeah, of course, but like you look at some of the pinnacle PS4 games and compare them. Actually, a really good example is Red Dead Redemption 2, right? So Red Dead Redemption 2 runs basically flawlessly on a PS4 Pro or Xbox One X, right? Because they were designed specifically for those consoles and that environment. Whereas when that game launched on PC, it ran like absolute dog shit because they had a really hard time optimizing it.
I don't know why that is, because like, what engine was that running on? Because like the thing is, like,
it's because it's running in a closed environment, like a closed architecture on a console versus on a PC,
sense.
which is open, and so they've got way more variables to be able to deal with as far as compatibility is concerned.
So
So
I don't know. I'm excited about the future though. It's really cool to see that they've made another like leap, into the future, like what can be accomplished and whatnot. And like everyone's really excited about it too. And like even like people that make like 3D modeling kind of stuff are excited because it means like that could become reality in terms of like no longer you have to render, you can just have it ready to go.
That's
like
insane.
Yeah. So like I used to render things. Like I had a file that I made and it was like, and this isn't even a big deal. And it was like maybe 10 seconds, not even probably. It took me 24 hours to render, which is like nothing really for like a real render. But like for my little computer to be able to like run something like that,
yeah,
and like make it look that good with like minimal effort is pretty incredible,
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
I'm just really excited about like we're gonna see a lot more innovations the next few years, I'm sure, with 3D modeling on both video game development as well as like animation for studios and whatnot.
So WB Games has been teasing Batman for like the last year and a half.
The people who made the original Batman games?
WB Games is the people who own the rights to.
So they've done
Batman
everything already.
So not Rocksteady.
Well, Rocksteady they might be working with Rocksteady.
Wait, who did
Rocksteady's Rocksteady. They were working on something a while back.
Okay.
And they were
probably in conjunction.
Like mocap stuff, but they never said what, and everyone speculated it was probably not Batman because they said they're done with Batman. It's probably Superman.
Oh, it's probably not Rocksteady then.
Okay.
So
no Superman
because
games,
WB's
please.
been teasing like Batman, like they've been dropping little hints for like a year, right? Like just randomly, like on Twitter and stuff. Well, a full reveal is coming on the 21st. That's this week. For a game called Capture the Night, and night is spelled like Knight, like the dark Knight.
What if he's the bad guy?
I don't know. Capture the Night's a weird name though for a Batman game. I feel like
no, it sounds like it's gonna be a battle royale and make me kill myself.
Yeah, maybe it's a code name. Maybe it's a code name, and the real
Fortnite, right?
Yeah, right. Oh my goodness.
But I mean, everyone's assumption is it's going to be a Batman game because they've been teasing it for so long. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's something
not
else.
Rocksteady though.
It could be something totally random.
No, it's WB.
Although I kind of lost my faith in Rocksteady after Arkham.
The second one I didn't enjoy. The one we played.
Arkham City didn't.
Wait, which one? Which one? What was the one we killed the Joker? Oops, spoiler.
Yeah, you don't kill the Joker in any of them.
He makes you kill himself. Yes,
he
at the
makes
end,
you kill himself.
The fight, he like makes you kill
suicided him. Joker?
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. And then Batman's like, oh fuck, I accidentally killed him.
He knew something about Hillary Clinton.
Clayface. Which one was that? And with Calendar Man and all that.
Calendar Man?
In the basement. I swear to God, we played this together,
City.
dude. Okay, maybe the city is the one I liked then. Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, those games were kind of lackluster, I thought, overall. Why?
A lot of people love them. I never played them. Adam's obsessed with them.
Yeah. I get it.
They're a fun ride. They're not. Yeah. There's not a lot of replay value.
Assassin's Creed meets Batman.
Like it's more like watching a comic.
They do very look
Assassin's
Creed. Yeah, they're very.
Adam knows what I'm talking about. Thank you. You know where like the Joker makes you like snap his neck. Like it's so hard to explain. Like,
that's a comic book.
No, that happens. Oh my God, Adam, please, please tell me I'm not crazy.
Snap his neck. Yeah, it's not
he like makes it. I saw it in an animation, and it was definitely a video game. I think they're great. I really like Arkham Origins too. Oh, I don't know. Okay, whatever.
I didn't like Arkham Origins.
We'll wait till Adam confirms what I'm saying. It's crazy.
All right. Well, in the meantime, let's move on to the next bit.
Let's move on.
This isn't really news per se. It's kind of like the lack of news, but basically, Vince Zampella, who's
don't kill the Joker. Fuck. I don't know what I'm talking about, I guess.
The head at Respawn Games, who released the Jedi Fallen Order as well as the Titanfall games and Apex Legends, just confirmed that they are not currently working on a new Titanfall game,
Nice.
which
That's
is a
probably
huge
for the
bummer.
best. Oh, is it?
Fuckaroo you.
All their games are just like you play them for a week and then you're like, all right, what's
Here's
next?
the
I need a
thing,
real game.
Titanfall 2
Love that.
is such an incredible game.
When was the
still
heard
last time
that.
you played it?
I still simp for Titanfall 2. That game
When
is
was the last time you
goddamn
played
amazing.
it?
It's been a while, but I've
Let's see
streamed
how
it
many
multiple
hours
times.
you put into it.
Oh.
Probably like 10.
Did you guys hear that? Wait, we were
I've played through the campaign like 4 times because it's
Battlefront
my
you can play now
favorite.
is online.
All right. Wait, what was that?
The original Battlefronts.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're all online now.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That is really cool. I want to go back and check that out because
I
I
do
love the
too.
original Battlefronts.
Yeah, those are.
I never got into
best.
them, but I think they're better than probably the original Call of Duties, right? They're really good.
They're really good.
Battlefronts.
They
I
were.
don't
I mean, they
remember-
were very different. They were very different. The
Yeah.
original Star Wars
They
Battlefront
were
games
just
were.
like
I
Battlefront.
think I'm into that style more than the other ones.
They were purely third-person shooters, and
that's right.
they were just they're hella fun. Like I put tons of hours
I played
into
with
Battlefront
bots all
1.
the time. I didn't play
Yeah.
online.
Yeah, I usually play. Well, when I first got the first one, I didn't have online for my PS2. You know.
Yeah, same.
Um,
Exactly.
So
yeah.
but it was still super fun just to play by yourself. Super fun game. So yeah, that's a huge bummer to me because I was after playing Titanfall 2, which is a game that I love. It's got my very favorite first-person shooter campaign out of all time. Like it's the best first-person shooter campaign.
Bioshock.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Bioshock
You know what? I don't know that really compares in this.
All right,
like that's
all
a
right.
totally different style of game.
I guess
I
that's
almost
fair.
see Bioshock as like a first-person RPG.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess it's more like just a story game. Yeah.
Yeah.
With some shooting.
Yeah. But
Fair enough, fair
anyway,
enough.
remember when we were talking about remakes earlier?
Yes. What you got for us?
So Tony Hawk 1 and 2
Damn,
have
that's
been
dope.
remade. They're gonna release on PC as an Epic exclusive, but they're dropping on the Sony and Microsoft systems this fall, September 4th, I believe. And check
Oh,
this out.
wow.
You can get the collector's edition. It's $100, and it comes with a full-sized forget the name of Tony Hawk's skateboard company,
Oh.
but it's full-size deck.
Damn, that's so dope.
Yeah, it's like Birdhouse or something like that.
Did
That's
everyone
so
ever
dope.
play Tony Hawk? Everyone played that game. right?
Everyone's played Tony
Yeah,
Hawk.
of course.
Literally everyone played Tony Hawk.
Like everyone just sat in the room and played that.
Yeah,
I never
some
owned
point.
one, but that's like
Yeah, I don't think no one owned it.
I didn't own it
No
either,
one-
but I
no
played the
one owned
shit
it.
out of it at my friend Gabe's house.
Yeah,
I played it all the
exactly.
time. Yeah.
no one owned it. It's so funny because it's like Grand Theft Auto 1. It's kind of
Yeah,
like, you know,
I always played
that's
at
a
my
game
friend's
I never,
house, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
That's so funny. Dude, Grand Theft Auto one was awesome. The top down stuff.
Yeah,
One
I
and
enjoyed
two,
that
yeah.
more, yeah.
I
don't
liked
like
it
the
too.
deep stuff. It's too real. I'm just like, okay, I'm literally stabbing a hooker. Like it's really too real for me.
Why are you stabbing a hooker?
I don't know.
Uh,
The game made me.
Oh my god. Just like
One
the
time.
Joker. It's having flashbacks.
All right, so he does die apparently, but it's from the Titan serum. Batman doesn't kill him. There we go.
That's funny.
Yes.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. And that's Vicarious Visions, who I mentioned earlier. They did the Crash remakes. They do really good, work in that department, it seems like. So
Sounds dope.
this new game looks pretty freaking dope. For skateboard game. I haven't really played a skateboard game in
Yeah.
God knows how long. Probably since
Weird.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, I think was the last skateboard game I
I can't believe
actually
Mario
played.
hasn't capitalized on that yet.
Yeah.
What was the
Yeah.
one with the alien?
What?
One with the alien?
There was one where you could go into alien, like where, like.
I know you could get like the Spider-Man costumes in
Pro Skater 2.
Pro Skater 2, I believe.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's an alien in one of them.
Yeah, those
Like,
games are
go to, like,
huge.
Area 51 or whatever, and like there's an alien being like, "Help, help me."
But now they just have like
It
skate.
was like a hard time to get to, or a hard place to get to. I don't
Yeah.
know. It was-
Skate.
Now don't they just? We have no idea what you're talking about. Wait, now don't they just
Yeah,
have?
nah.
Don't they have skate, which is like the quintessential skate game now? Like, it's supposed
Allegedly,
to be,
which
like,
funny
super
you
incredible.
mentioned it. Right after the announcement for Tony Hawk, Skate put out on like Twitter that they're gonna be doing some kind of announcement soon. So
Oh, skate.
wonder-
King.
well, Skate 3 came out like 10 fucking years ago, I think, and that's the last
are there
time.
that many? Jesus.
Yeah. So we're about due for a new Skate game, I believe.
Yeah.
If
To
you're
me,
in
that's like having like Bike, the game, where I'm like, I ride a bike every day. You know, it's like walk. It's a mode of transportation. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not really into like driving games too. I like racing games, but I don't like, driving.
Yeah.
Just like roam around.
See, I like
and just,
kart
like,
racers, and I like
Yeah,
like
same.
Twisted
like
Metal style games.
Yeah,
And I
that one
like,
didn't grasp me either. Just, like, fuck each other up.
I was pretty like Twisted Metal, Vigilante 8. There was a Star Wars version back in the day on the Dreamcast, which was pretty fun.
Had my Star Wars version.
But those were pretty fun time wasters back in the day. But
That's pretty much what it was.
I don't know that they would stand up today. But as far as racing games concerned, I think the racing game I enjoyed the most was the Burnout series.
Not
But like
Mario
just
Kart?
regular I'm talking like more traditional.
Oh, like a real racing. Yeah. Burnout. Yeah.
More realistic racing games don't interest me at all. Like they're not fun to me.
I agree.
So-
If it's like Forza does not like. I
Yeah,
played that. I
not
played
me.
Forza for like the PS4 when it was being premiered in a GameStop, and I was like, "What the hell is the point of this? Like, it's just like so real. It's like, oh, realistic handling. The car even is hard to turn." And I'm like, "What? I don't want to drive a real car. Like, what the fuck? I want to
Right.
sit in my house."
I do this
That
every
to me is
day.
I do this every day. Like, to me, that's weird. Like, again, it's like having a bicycle simulator. I'm like,
You know what
okay,
the best
cool.
game was?
hell?
Mega Race. Did you guys ever play that?
What's that?
Dude, Mega
Full
Race
position,
was the
full
shit.
super.
Look that it was on PC a long time ago. It was a badass game.
Wacky Wheels is a good one too.
Wacky
And it had, like,
Wheels is a
FMV stuff in it.
great
Oh,
game.
that's cool.
Dude, Wacky
really?
Wheels. Wait, what'd you say?
Adam
Wacky
said
Wheels.
Blur is the best.
Dude, Wacky Wheels, that
Kart
just
racing.
triggered like some amazing, like long lost memory in my mind.
Really?
That-
Yes,
that
Lance
I
Boyle.
always used to play like just on my parents' desktop. 'Cause
Yes.
It was like a really like nothing game like
There was
that.
a
and
panda you had to unlock.
Duke
You
'em.
like pay
Dude, the
for
pan,
them.
I had them all. I remember I got the panda.
We
I
never
was
got them
like-
because my parents.
And there
were
were so many
my
that you
cousin's
could,
parents wouldn't
dude.
let 'em.
What was that game actually really good? Like
It might have been.
Okay, there were games like racing games like Super Mario Kart that were like, okay, using a D-pad or like a keyboard like side to side. So how good can the game really be? But I remember playing the shit out of Wacky Racing.
Hey guys, let's rapid fire a couple of these because we kind of have a big topic that
Wacky
we're
Wheels,
gonna.
though.
We have
Why?
the biggest topic at the
We
end.
got, it's not like the biggest, but I know that
It
we're
is
gonna
for us.
we're gonna talk about it for a long time. So
We're kill
I'm
each
gonna
other.
rapid fire
That'd be
some
a
of
long
these.
time.
So
Long
people are
time.
mad about Assassin's Creed running at 30 FPS on consoles.
I think it's
I think it's a little silly that people are mad about that.
got a PC.
Well,
does seem kinda
it's gonna
weird,
be
though.
on
Why
PC
is it
too,
not
but here's the
optimized?
other thing: is it just
No.
hasn't been optimized yet. The game's not releasing for a while.
Yeah.
You
People
know,
complain
by
about
the time that
everything.
comes out on the next gen consoles, it's probably gonna run close to 60 FPS, if not above
Isn't, like, the
60
industry
FPS.
Standard now is like. 60?
It kind of is, but like
Yeah.
for like a shooter,
What did
yeah.
Wacky Wheels
but-
run at? You know.
Oh my god, get out. I think it's
Look how
kind of
they
silly
run
that
right
they're
now.
freaking out about that. We'll see what it's running like at when it actually comes out. But I guess if it is running at 30 on the next gen consoles at release, that'll probably be a bummer.
Wow, Wacky Wheels is such a good game.
But God, they're still talking about
On
Wacky
Steam,
Wheels.
I'm getting
All
it
right, so
right now.
another PS5 VR patent suggests not only the finger tracking, but full body tracking, as well as some kind of
Wow.
anti-motion sickness technology, which is, I think that's the
Holy
first
shit.
time we've
Anti-motion
seen.
sickness.
I don't know how they're gonna do that, and
They're
the
like,
the
"We just
story
kill
that I
you."
found didn't have a whole lot of detail in it.
Yeah.
But Sony filed a patent for it, so at the very least they're working on it. Whether or not they make it actually happen,
Okay.
that's
All right,
something
that's
else.
It's only
good enough for me.
$5 for Wacky Wheels. Sorry, I'm done.
Fucking
It
Christ.
looks exactly like Super Mario Kart, but like better.
All right. Ubisoft is going to be doing a big kind of demonstration that they would have done at E3, but obviously since E3 is now dead,
It's E3.
That's an
they're going to
E3.
be doing that on
Yeah.
July 12th online, and I would definitely expect more Assassin's Creed gameplay there. Probably also maybe we find out whether or not it actually is only playing at 30 FPS by then.
I think
you
it'll
know,
be fine. Everyone should trust after like Origins is like one of the most beautiful games ever, and like and
Sure.
it's I think they'll be fine. They should just trust.
Maybe.
I don't see an issue. Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima. released like an 18-minute gameplay reveal this week. It shows both ninja gameplay and samurai gameplay, like the different fighting styles you can
What is
check
this
out.
game?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of it's
Is it a remake?
the
Oh,
God damn
what?
it, Colin, where have you been for the last like 2
like Final
years? I've been
Fantasy
talking about this
Samurai,
fucking
but-
game.
I know, I don't remember.
No, it's
I
like a
always forget.
realistic, like Edo style Japan, like samurai game, but better than what I'm
Yeah,
Weird
yeah.
game?
better than what I'm saying.
So it's not to go into like too many details here, but it's about the Mongol invasion of Japan and like this one dude who is basically fighting back against that shit. And like I said, you can play like a Tenchu style gameplay, like the ninja stealth style, or you can play more like Way of the Samurai, up front in your face, like samurai battles and shit. It's going to be open world, which I'm not super excited about, but it seems like it's still very story driven.
I bet
so
it's very linear story still. Yeah,
I think it's still a pretty linear story. Yeah, for sure. One of the cool things you can do is you can turn on like a black and white, like Kurosawa-esque cinematic mode,
sick.
which is really cool. And they intentionally like designed this game to play like an old samurai movie. And it's absolutely
sick.
gorgeous. They also have like a photo mode where you can like take the photo, but you can create like moving environments and you can change like the weather and the different details, as far as like leaves flown by or shit like that. Some really cool stuff there.
Make some sick stuff.
But yeah, it's just really impressive. And this is the game that I've been waiting for the last like 2 years, and I'm super
I waited
excited.
For a while.
It's cool. I hope it's good.
Pretty
I hope it's
excited,
good
yeah.
too.
I bet it's a contender for Game of the Year. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
It's looking really
I
spectacular.
think so. Yeah, I think the only thing it's gonna have to fight against is Cyberpunk 2077 or whatever.
Everyone's excited
which
about that game, and I don't.
I'm
understand
very
why.
excited about it, only because I'm obsessed with Cyberpunk shit. So
I'm really
Um,
not gonna
I-
get it,
I
but I
just-
can see the appeal.
mean, like,
I don't
it's
think I'm gonna
good.
be able to stream it because there's some like graphic nudity and stuff in that.
But like,
Nah, if it's in a
makes
game,
money-
it's okay.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
showed
I think-
penises once.
Oh, sweet.
That's
Oh yeah,
cool.
it also has a dong slider. I'm most
Pretty
excited about
if
that.
it makes Twitch money, they'll probably let it slide. In all
Yeah,
honesty.
yeah, you're probably right. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, everyone likes money.
Final bit before we get into the big story of the week. Mafia remaster was announced as a trilogy. They're renouncing or they're completely remastering the Mafia trilogy. And there's more info coming on the 19th, which is in 2 days.
Isn't it
That's
just
Tuesday,
like
so
Grand Theft Auto?
it's like
Kinda,
Grand
yeah.
Theft Auto in, like the 30s or the 20s,
It's kind of cool. So it's like LA Noir.
My friend played
Yeah,
my
kinda.
stream one time. He played that game, and there's like
I hear it's
pinups
really
of
good.
girls, like just completely nude pinups.
Oh,
And, like,
wow.
it was just like all over my stream. I was like, oh okay.
That's what I'm worried
Damn.
about with Cyberpunk, dude.
But again, it's like a produced content, so I think
Yeah.
it technically is okay.
Yeah, probably.
Unless
We'll see.
like Twitch will like not have the game available, most likely.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
They'll put on the ban list. If
yeah,
Um,
like it won't let you. add it, yeah.
So let's get on to this final topic
oh
here.
shit,
The news itself isn't like
it's pretty
groundbreaking.
amazing.
It's amazing. It's cool. Well,
I
it's not
think
like
it's pretty
everyone's gonna shit
groundbreaking.
their pants.
I'm shitting
It's just
right
a game
now.
announcement, right?
I shit.
The
pretty big
the,
deal.
the
It's a pretty big deal
the
because the last time it was on
okay.
a main console was I'll let you do the reveal, but the last time this
You can do
thing
the
was
reveal.
on a main console was the Wii. So
what I was gonna say is like
2006.
it's great that this game's coming out, but like what we're gonna be talking about isn't necessarily that the game's coming out. It's kind of like the nature of the game is
Yeah,
what we're gonna
that's
be
fair.
talking about.
That's
So,
fair.
Paper Mario: The Origami King was announced this last week. A trailer dropped. It's about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's-
There's also
it's
an additional
Pretty cool
Japanese
looking.
trailer
There's an
that
additional
has-
Japanese trailer that I sent to Josh earlier. That's got
Colin, you need to see
a little
that,
more
yeah.
detail
is it
in
better?
It's better, yeah. Has more like open world. It shows you, yeah. But continue.
it. Not even open world per se, but it's got more
Yeah.
more detail, a little more
Yeah.
detail
Visually,
that
it
kind
looks
of like
fine.
opens your
Not my
eyes to what the game's actually going to be like.
Yeah.
The one thing that I wanted to mention before we get into this is at the very end of the trailer, there's a Metroid Prime 4 teaser.
What? I didn't see that.
Wait, is that what that was?
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
pretty
ha-
sure.
You
What?
see that Metroid Prime like face?
Well, she's wearing
wearing-
the Samus helmet,
What are you talking about? Who's
which
she?
everyone's
Mario.
or Mario
Mario's
sorry
wearing the Samus
the-
helmet.
is wearing the,
When?
the Samus
I
helmet at the
must
end of
have
the
cl-
trailer.
I must have
Did
cut
you
it
not
short.
Finish it?
I must have cut it short, honestly.
And I
Like,
gotta
what the
well,
fuck?
it's so literally they show like the splash screen for the game, like the trailer's over, and then there's like about 4 seconds afterwards where they show Mario with a Samus mask on.
Oh wow.
And so
You didn't see this?
I really
No.
feel like
Someone
the
to drop in the chat.
it's a teaser because we've all been like waiting for
Binky.
news on Metroid Prime 4. And that's
Yeah.
like
They completely
them
halted.
they're
They're
about
like-
to be announcing a whole bunch of shit this summer.
They restarted it, is what it was.
Mm.
Yeah.
So what I think that actually is going to happen, and I know this is kind of because that guy who leaked, and we talked about his leak like 6 weeks ago, like it's all coming completely true right now.
Mhm.
So my guess is that Paper Mario came true. The other game that was mentioned in the leak was a side-scrolling Metroid game, and it kind of makes sense for Paper Mario to reveal that for him.
Oh, that's actually
because he's
that's
a
actually
side-scrolling Mario.
good point.
Interesting.
I think
That's
it
actually a good
won't-
point. So, well,
Yeah.
okay, so I kind of retract it. There's definitely a Metroid teaser. So we
It'll be a
know
but there's
that
no
Nintendo's
4.
like, hey, we've got more
Yeah.
Metroid coming.
Because when
Yeah.
they revealed 4 for the very first time, it was just 4. It
Yeah.
was just the number 4 and in the Metroid Prime like style. So I was like, I just saw 4 and I was like, duh, I knew, but this isn't the 4. It's just Mario with that.
Right. That's
thinking
true.
maybe
That's a
more
good
in
point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I did jump to conclusion there. A
No,
little
you're
bit.
good. You're good.
All
But
right.
I was just thinking that could be the possibility.
Let's get into the debate
What's the
because
debate?
I saw the trailer and I haven't played all the Paper Mario games. I've played Mario RPG and
Fantastic.
I've seen a little bit of the Paper Mario games, but I'm
From us.
there's from you, yeah, and a little bit here and there, but like they're never games that I super got into. So I see the trailer and I see a cool looking game.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's all I see.
Put your glasses on.
You guys
kidding.
watched the trailer and you were devastated.
I don't
All
think
right.
devastated is the right word. I'm excited still.
Yeah, we're like heartbroken. No, I'm just kidding. No. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we are still very excited. Like, it's still something
Yeah.
like at the beginning of our announcement for this, I'm like, cool, awesome. Like, woo, we're still talking about Paper Mario. Like, I'm still happy about that.
Yeah.
But basically, our initial reaction is because we just know it's really hard to explain without just sounding like a bunch of elitist nostalgia freaks. But like, we just
Yeah.
know what is good about the game. Like, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is such a game to the point where like it has no flaws. It is a perfect game. And this is like everyone I know that has played it all the way through agrees. Like, it's a perfect
Yeah.
game. It's not just me and Colin. Like, we're just such diehard fans because it's just so good. Okay, now we see this, and it reminds us a little of Sticker Star, Paper
Color
Splash,
Splash.
Origami King. Like, it's not Thousand Year Door. Here's an epic story with
Right.
Mario in it. It just happens to have some paper puns that it does not point out and make light of like all the time. But
So
this is straight up a paper
your big thing, you think that just because it's called Origami King, that it's only going to be talking about paper the whole time.
That's my nerve.
That is kind of
That's-
strange.
That's what I'm a little
Because
nervous about.
That was never
Yeah.
what Paper Mario was about. It was never
never.
about
Sure.
paper related stuff. It never was like, we're paper, haha. Like they make that reference in the paper airplane thing and paper
Yeah.
plane and paper
tube.
like
It's
boat
like
and
you'll
everything.
roll up like a tube, but
Yeah.
that's all they say.
but it's not like, oh, because you're paper, it's because that's just a curse basically that
Yeah.
is bestowed
Sure.
upon you.
yeah.
Sure.
So
It
the
just so
town
happens
is,
to coincide with everything being paper, but no one's self-aware that they're paper or
yeah. It's a totally realistic town. Like, everyone's a person. Like,
yeah.
even like the different races, they're all just like, I'm a guy. Like, I'm a total. They're not even aware of that. Like, it's so like surface level, just like all about the story. It's
I can
great.
understand that, like your concern there. Does that mean it's going to be a bad game?
No, and that's the thing.
No, because Super Paper Mario for the Wii was a good game. It was not a good Paper Mario game.
Yeah, this is the Breath of the Wild formula here. We're like, we could have a really good game on our hands
Mhm.
that just isn't really a Paper Mario game. It's still up in the air whether or not this fills the criteria perfectly. Like, again, this could end up being the best Paper Mario game ever,
Sure.
and I will admit it.
So here's my other thing.
Hard to beat
There's
1,000
now more bad Paper Marios
impossible.
than good Paper Marios.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you
That's
think
what
that
makes this
maybe
one a
the
cry.
the vision of the studio for what Paper Mario is now this, and it unfortunately for you guys that doesn't coincide with
Well,
what
didn't
you
they say a
want Paper
return
Mario to
form?
be?
Wasn't there like a leak about that? The whole like return to form
Yeah,
thing.
that was
So
part of
a
the- yeah.
self-awareness that they're like, we've gone off path. You know, we've realized we've gone away from what made it special, what made it unique.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's like Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, a fine game apparently. I've never played it much myself, but apparently it's a pretty great game. It's not Banjo-Kazooie though. It's just in name only, you know.
Yeah.
So that's fine, I guess, but don't trick the fans into buying it thinking that it's gonna be one thing. and it's one,
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
It's almost kind of like even Hyrule Warriors is kind of like that, where it's not really
Yeah,
even a
well,
Zelda game.
but Hyrule Warriors is intentionally not like that. Like,
I
and
know,
it's
I know.
it's very specifically part of the Warriors series. You know, like
That's fair. That's fair.
you know, it's
That was a bad
developed by
example.
the people who made, you know, the
Terrible example.
It's fine.
Okay, but
I get what you're
regardless,
saying.
you see what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
It's just like
I guess my whole thing,
yeah.
like I kind of push back on you guys' initial reaction because, from my perspective, you guys didn't give the trailer a chance. And like, if you saw that trailer and it was a different game, had nothing to do with Paper Mario, you'd probably be like, oh, that looks like a fun game.
I would have written it off 100%. If I'm being honest.
Would you though?
If this
That's
was
the
not
thing
Mario,
though. Like,
if this was not a Mario game, maybe I would be like, that's a cute indie game. Is probably what I would have thought. I'm like, look at this
Yeah.
cool indie idea. But I wouldn't have probably put too much thought of it. Maybe I would have like streamed it once or twice. That's kind of what it looks like with Mario drained out of it. And then with Mario in it, it's just my mind goes to the mistakes. It's like, oh, sticker star all over again. I'm like ripping
Right.
cardboard pieces out of a wall, and Bowser is literally a fucking folded up piece of paper. Like, and he knows he's a piece of paper. So it's like, it's hard for me to see all that. And especially the new battle system, we're very unsure. We're still not sure if the battle system is what it was, but it looks like it's at least more than what it was.
so
Yeah.
what it looks like right
At least
now,
more than
what it
what it
looks like
was.
right now is a wheel. And you do have
Yeah.
like I saw in the trailer, you do have like icons for your partners or whatever.
Okay, so partners are
Um,
confirmed. That's
But
great.
I haven't seen them in a battle with Mario. But they're
It is
like they're on the
turn-based,
screen. So it is
possible we just haven't
turn-based.
seen his
Yeah,
turn,
it seems
yeah.
like there might be some kind of strategy element to it. But it's weird because
Yeah.
it's literally like on a wheel and you've got like an audience around you.
Yeah.
My
My worry is that the gimmick is going to override core Mario gameplay, like core Paper Mario mechanics. I mean,
Sure.
like the badges. Badges are like you have very basic gameplay, and the combat is very rich but very basic. And then you add badges to kind of manipulate your own game style. So if this is just gonna be like a wheel where it's just all about strategy and how you utilize that strategy is like, then that just doesn't feel like Paper Mario to me. Again, it feels
I mean, it could
like
be really
could be
fun,
fun,
still. Yeah.
but it might be like so different that it just like misses the mark, and they're just like.
So
"Ah."
here's my thing. I like the concept of it has to be exactly like what I remember.
Not exactly.
I have a problem with. And I'm not saying like a game obviously 100% should stay true to its roots
That's the
to a
thing.
degree, right? But games also evolve and
Yeah.
and people try new things and so on and so forth. To me, from an outsider's perspective, it looks like a Paper Mario game with new elements or different elements.
Outside
You know,
perspective. Yeah.
It's still an RPG.
Exactly.
It's
outside.
still okay.
You need to play
yeah.
Thousand Year Door. That should be like our game. Of
You
the year.
really, honestly, Thousand Year Door is one of the best games
You would
ever
love it.
made of
It's-
all time.
It's really good.
There's
What's
no
it
way
on?
You're gonna. It's on GameCube.
GameCube.
I
Okay.
guarantee you will like it. It's also
Uh-huh.
a $100 disc right now, so I wouldn't recommend getting the hard copy. But no, it's just that it had such soul. I get it. I get it. It looks like a Paper Mario game. It sounds like a duck. It walks like a duck, and all that stuff. But it's just like it's missing some things.
Well,
It's not-
here's
it doesn't
something
feel
that
genuine yet.
here's something
Yet.
that like you brought up as an example, and I can kind of see where you were trying to use this against me, but you brought up Ocarina of Time, right?
Okay. Wait,
If you
what did I bring
no
up?
time out. Let's just talk about Ocarina of Time. Great game.
Okay.
Some consider it to be the best Zelda game.
in
Not
this chat.
most people though. Contrary to you guys'
I
opinion.
don't know who
No.
says. Okay, I don't hear that, but okay.
It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
people say the 2D
It
one's
doesn't
the
matter.
best one,
Doesn't matter.
Right?
The 2D games were the original formula, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was Zelda. If you
Okay.
guys reacted the same way to, like, if you were Zelda fans before Ocarina of Time
Yes.
and you saw the trailer for Ocarina of Time, it's nothing at all like
You're holy shit,
Link to the
this is
Past.
the best thing ever. Finally, Link. No, okay. My biggest thing is that's like the
That's
fifth game in
different,
the
though.
series. Technology had in hand, so people were excited to see where video games are going. And even if you did
That's-
prefer the old style, and I have some friends that do, you still are like, okay, there hadn't been any bad Zelda games. Like we had Zelda 2, but actually for its time, it was good. So like all the Zelda games are good, and we're willing to give it a shot because they've all been amazing. Link to the Past, we just came off the heels of Link to the Past, but now we're coming off the heels of 5 garbage fire games, and now we're like, this is gonna be like the originals, and it looks nothing like it.
Well, also, too,
what are we supposed
Zelda
to
has
think?
likes to split into different games. Like there's the 2D ones and the
Yeah.
3D ones.
And
Like,
we're
they're
totally-
still making 2D
yeah.
ones.
And the
to this
Well,
fans
day.
are
They
all
haven't-
about
they
that.
are, yes, but the
Paper Mario is like Mario 64 and 2 different. It's still Mario, but it's different games. That have
no, I
split off
understand
this
that,
way.
but this is
Mario's
what I'm
RPG.
saying.
Yeah.
You guys have latched on to, like, this is what constitutes a Paper Mario game, and if it's not this, then it's not a Paper Mario game.
Correct.
What I'm saying is, if you have the same attitude about Zelda, you know, before any 3D Zeldas existed,
But we said
if
that
you-
about,
I do have that opinion about Breath of the Wild though, where I think, and that was only after the fact because I was fooled by how gorgeous it looked, and now I'm after the fact like, well, actually, that kind of missed the mark a lot.
I
And,
don't
like, now
disagree
look-
with you.
Now looking at
Yeah.
Breath 2, I'm more hesitant, even though
I
I'm
don't
excited
disagree with you.
for it.
And this is what I'm saying. From a 2-minute trailer, we don't have enough information
I agree with
to
that,
know whether
yes.
or not this isn't going to live up to you guys' standards.
But I'm
of-
also not peeing my pants with excitement and saying like,
And that's
everything looks
fine.
so good. Oh
it's,
my god,
it's really good to keep your expectations in check. That's
That's
smart.
the thing. Yeah.
You know, like, but also I think you guys have both come around a little bit to the game,
Yeah.
like to
I
the
watched
idea
a
of the
lot
game.
more.
You guys' initial reaction was so knee jerk that
Yeah.
Because we've been waiting.
Oh,
We
I
were-
know.
You guys,
I
you don't
know.
understand. We've been waiting for a good Paper Mario. Like we cry about how there's no sequel to Thousand Year.
Yeah.
Like we just like desperately want more of
This is
that.
our game. This is
You
our.
need, Paul, you need to play it. Like
I'll
you
check it
need
out. I'll check
to.
it out.
You
Yeah.
have to.
I've got a lot of games that I need to play
Tonight.
through right now, but
Forget
No.
them
if I can
all.
get a hold of, I mean,
It's-
I'll have to emulate it. That's the
It's-
only way I
use
can
Dolphin,
play it
use
right
Dolphin.
now.
You probably have a
Okay.
copy of it, right, Colin? From when I
Um,
had it. Give you my copy.
I actually have a real copy of it. I can send
Yeah.
you.
I feel like that's mine.
It's Paul's copy or it's Josh's copy.
It's $100. Can I have that?
That's
Is
so
it my
funny.
copy?
Who knows?
Then probably yes. It is.
That's so funny.
We played a lot of that back. in
We'll
the day.
we'll work it out. We'll work it out. I'll check it out at some point. I don't know that I could play it anytime soon. I got to finish Trials of Mana. I'm thinking about playing through
I would
Neo
just give
and
up
Neo
on Thousand
2.
Year. Nah, I would just do this instead.
We got Ghost
You know
of
what you do?
Tsushima
Make a
coming
game of
out
the week.
soon.
That's what you should do. Make it game of the month, Josh.
Well,
Well,
right
who's
now
next?
Terraria is the featured
Who
game.
chooses next?
I
1,000
think-
Year, I choose.
And if it's me next, I choose 1,000 years.
Thousand
You
Yeah.
picked Terraria, and what
So
was
it's me.
before
1,000
that?
year.
What was before that?
Definitely
I
wasn't
no.
me.
Wait,
it was,
you
it
picked
was me. It was
fucking
Dead Cells. and I
yeah,
didn't
Dead
play
Cells.
it.
Yes, it's my
Didn't
turn to
play
pick,
it.
motherfuckers.
Damn it! Pick 1,000
Y'all
Year.
playing
1,000 year
Destiny.
door.
2,000 Destiny.
I played Destiny.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Destiny's not the game you want to be playing
We can
right
talk
now.
about Destiny
right
now
now is
for
not a
5
good time to get
seconds.
into Destiny.
No,
like
it
I-
never
I-
is.
I-
Everyone's a butt fucker
No,
in that game.
that's not true. I think there's been really
Everyone.
good times to get into it, but right now is not a good
Alright.
time. I'll say that.
Everyone's always better than that.
Is there any closing remarks you guys want to have on the old Paper Mario situation?
Okay, so I will 100% be streaming this game and getting it as early release as possible. I will be as open-minded and everything, and I'll keep posting whatever, we'll keep talking about the information as it comes out because it's really the fastest, and I mentioned this to you guys, it's the fastest trailer / announcement to launch that I can think of Nintendo has
It
ever
came
done.
out of freaking nowhere too.
Came out of
They're just like, hey guys,
nowhere.
boom, there
Like,
it
okay,
is.
there was a leak about it, and then boom, I don't know how they kept that under wraps. And that's why I'm also nervous because I'm like, how do you keep it under wraps for years unless it's been a really quick production?
Well, didn't the original studio go under that
And
made Paper Mario?
Actually, Intelligent Games is working on this, so I'm wondering if they just got resurged as like Like, maybe Nintendo kind of slapped them together for this, like one last hurrah, but it is actually Intelligent Games.
Okay.
So
cool.
that
Who
kinda
made
gave
1,000
the
Year?
photo back to people who made 1,000 Years. So that
They
gave me.
also
Yeah.
do Color Splash though too, or was it a different
I
company?
actually don't know. I have to look that up.
Yeah, I'm actually curious about that as well.
Yeah, I'm very curious. Intelligent Games, Paper Mario.
Because like Halo 4 was not the same game as Halo, 1, 2, and 3.
It looks like Intelligent Games did
Halo.
all of them. So, shit.
Really?
Actually, this is a really fun tidbit. So they also did Mario Paint. So it looks like they didn't do all of them.
How
They did
fun.
Paper Mario, Super Paper Mario, 1,000 Year, Sticker Star, and Color Splash. There's like 2 they didn't do.
Weird.
But now they're doing Origami King, and Mario Paint is almost like a nod to Paper Mario. It's so funny.
Didn't it come out way before Paper Mario?
92, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. It's almost like Paper Mario is like a nod to that.
Yeah.
So they're
That
like,
does
to the
kind of make
company.
sense.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. So I guess Intelligent Games has kind of had a rusty. Hopefully, Nintendo was just like, just do 1,000 Year again, do some new stuff.
1,000
like,
Year, just fucking do that again.
just do it again.
Yeah.
It's so good. It holds up perfectly.
Well, I really hope it works out for you guys. I really do.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Anywho.
result, don't believe his calmness, says Binky.
I think this is a really good example of, in general, how people should keep their expectations in check, though.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, just
we
wait
all
till
get
Breath
super
2 is
excited
bad. I'm
about
gonna
certain
kill
things,
everyone.
and sometimes they're real shitty. Sometimes we see, okay, a really good example of the reverse of that is the first stuff we saw from Jedi Fallen Order looked like steaming hot doggy doo-doo.
Poo-poo caca.
Yeah.
It looked like straight up booty butts, and that's a great game, So, like, judging something off a trailer is hard to do. I would say if you're really
I did it.
worried about it, wait until it comes out and wait until people can give you like a real,
To some people you know.
yeah, and trust. Anywho,
Yeah.
let's
No,
wrap it
if
up,
you-
guys.
yeah.
Is anyone streaming that we could
Mandari's in the chat.
raid?
What are we
Yeah,
supposed to do?
Mandari is in the chat. What do?
This is awkward. Go live again.
Dude, she didn't rate us. She like ended and then
What?
didn't rate us. Yeah.
How dare she?
Isn't that
Oh my
crazy?
god.
Can't
I
believe
rate her
that.
all the time and she
Wow.
doesn't
I
even need it.
know.
She's
I
way
know.
more famous than us.
And
All
then
of us
she didn't even like
combined.
give us a raid.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Like the one time she could have.
The one
Okay.
time she was so easily.
All right, everyone
Florida.
unfollow Mandari and come follow us.
Take my
Um,
$5 back. I'm just kidding.
I'm Paul. You're on my
Yeah.
Twitch channel right now, Ryugami-san.
Me too.
You can find me on Twitter at Ryugami-sama.
That's
And I
pretty good.
stream on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and podcast on Sundays. Josh, you want to tell us where we can find you?
Yes, you can find me at Lord Yeshua and Lord Yeshua TTV on Instagram, Twitter, and the other guy, and
other guy?
YouTube. And I will be dropping a new schedule if you want to follow my Discord at Lord Yeshua. Numbers I can't remember, and that doesn't help at
How
all.
fun. How lovely.
And
That's
so
so
new
funny.
schedule will be Sundays is going to be podcast. We'll be doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just random retro gaming, and then off Thursday and Friday. I think I'm not 100%, and then probably 4G's Saturdays. Yay!
yeah, it's
Cool.
because we're
Cool,
streaming
cool.
Magical Zoo in the morning every
Pretty much for
morning.
the rest of our lives.
Every
Did
morning.
Adam see that? Did
forever.
Adam see our co-op?
Ooh, did he see that?
You should go check it out.
Yeah, you should check out the video, we basically compressed the video of each of our playthroughs because it was co-op for everyone in the audience. Some of you know this, but we made one video, and I mean Colin, and it's really awesome. So you can watch the entire playthrough in one shot. So
I didn't even credit him. It was
Carlino, where
What?
can we find you, homie?
Twitch.tv/4Gs and then 4Gs
Sometimes TV
Gaming
streams
as
there.
well.
Excellent. Guys, don't forget to get clips of the podcast and post them in the Discord or send them to
And
Josh.
for me, make sure to set up that Instagram.
Yeah, well, when we get some damn clips, we'll set up the
it's true. We
Instagram.
don't
How
have
about
any-
that?
I was gonna have a.
We need
picture
some
of
more.
us just, like,
We need
freezing
some
everyone.
podcast clips, you fucking bastards.
I don't
Just
know.
kidding, I love
yeah,
you all.
Guys. You guys are okay.
All right,
Bye.
everyone, have a great night. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.